2023, the Igbos pitched their tent with Peter Obi and Atiku, but he chose the wrong VP pick, Zailani. Who picked the wrong VP? Peter Obi, is that what you're saying? According to a report by The Sun on Sunday, February 1, 2026, Ibrahim Zailani, a lawyer, is Bauchi State's former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, and he has also served as a former member of the House of Representatives and as a former executive director at the Cabotage and Maritime Services of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, placing him among political figures with experience across the legislative and executive space. In a discussion focused on the period ahead of the 2027 general elections, attention was placed on how Nigeria's political environment is shifting, especially as political parties realign, politicians move across platforms, and negotiations continue quietly among different interests within the country. The issue raised reflects a wider national conversation about whether past electoral strategies remain relevant, as the political atmosphere has contributed to change since the last general elections, with voters, party leaders, and political actors responding to governance realities and evolving public expectations. Zailani addressed the question by pointing to the distance between the political climate of the 2023 elections and what is emerging towards 2027, noting that assumptions built on past strategies may no longer hold as political awareness among citizens has increased over time. He stressed that leadership exposure has altered public perception, explaining that the period in office has allowed Nigerians to form clearer opinions about those in power rather than relying on campaign narratives, regional sentiment, or symbolic alliances that dominated earlier contests. According to him, electoral calculations that once depended heavily on religious balance, regional appeal, and strategic ticket arrangements may face fresh scrutiny as voters increasingly judge political figures based on performance and decisions taken while in office. He also referenced how alignments during the last election cycle saw different regions and groups making distinct political choices, with some backing candidates they believe best represented their interests at the time, a situation that may not automatically repeat itself. Within this context, the former Attorney General suggested that political parties and aspirants preparing for the next election must recognize that loyalties are fluid, and that previous assumptions about voting blocks could be tested by new realities and shifting expectations. His comments form part of an ongoing exchange among political actors who are assessing how changing alliances, defections, and internal negotiations may influence the shape of the 2027 contest without drawing firm conclusions on outcomes or predictions. In explaining his position, Zailani focused on how past electoral strategies have lost their certainty. Give us example now. How time in office has reshaped public judgment, and how regional and religious calculations from the last election may not deliver the same results. He said, "Let me start by saying the permutations of 2023 have completely changed, so anybody deceiving themselves by using 2023 permutations for 2027 might not succeed." So who wants to use 2023 permutations? I don't know. First, the people did not know Bola Ahmed Tinubu then, but with nearly 3 years in office, Nigerians can now better assess who Bola Ahmed Tinubu really is. Many factors are at play. Then they use the Muslim ticket to woo the North. The Igbos pitched their tent to Peter Obi and Atiku, but he chose the wrong vice president. So you are telling us that the VP that Peter Obi picked was the wrong person. What's his name, Seth? How was he a wrong person? I don't understand. What makes you think that people wanted Atiku to be the vice president as a then? I don't understand you that. What's the VP's name, Seth? That Peter Obi picked. How is he a wrong person? Is he not also from the North? Is Atiku not from the North? So what makes him the wrong person? You need to explain that to us. Wale Adebayo says they are blind, dead, and dumb optimism and straight-jacketedness is unequal and legendary. They are not ready to understand the sound reasoning in the analysis as usual. I don't understand the sound analysis. The next thing for them to do is to abuse, curse, and call you names. They ain't telling you that you are persecuting them because they are the only special breeds on earth. Evans Ekoli says, yes, we know the people that shoot us and tear gases when we protest. We know the people that are arrested minors in northern Nigeria and charge them for treason. We know the people that demolishes our houses. We know the people that allow bandits to allow herdsmen to destroy farm products. We know the people that increase electricity tariff. We know the people that increase fuel price. We know the people that always give us money to vote 2027. We remove votes and protect our votes. Okay, Anthony B says you are unqualified to speak about Indigo. Tell us about your people's preparation for the election. Francis Onyejeke says governors do not win presidential votes for anyone. David Lugar says wrong VP. Is that the reason APC rigged and brought over Obi's victory in 2023? What do you mean? Is that the reason APC rigged? Okay. Michael Abbey says Obi won the last presidential election. I don't understand. How? Show me the results. It's not like he's arguing that Obi did not win the election now. Kade says old man run with Obi victory and Obi cannot chase him and collect it back. Keep deceiving yourself. Lord of the Momo says Edo also pitched 10 to PU. Nasarawa also. APG, Benue, Plateau. The list is endless. Exactly. A lot of people pitched their 10 to PU. Even Lagosians, Yorubas, a lot of us pitched our tent with Peter Obi. So I don't understand what you mean by he chose the wrong VP. How? Neobai says nobody will defeat Bola Tinubu in terms of politicking. By popular vote, anybody can defeat Tinubu, but with 31 sitting state governors of APC, election is done because governors so much influence the outcome. They so much influence the outcome of election, especially now that Master Riga is the incumbent president. The judiciary, electoral officers, army and police are in his hands. I'm telling you, everybody in his hand a day. J.Y. Longi says, it's only when Peter Obi scaled through the primary election before we can start imagining him defeating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu or someone else. But let's remind ourselves that Peter Obi have never won a primary election for us to assess his popularity at first instance. Peter Obi was afraid of primary election in PDP and left for a free ticket to Labour Party. Let him face Atiku and Rotimi Amechi first. Okay, let's see how that goes. At Habame says rubbish. Peter Obi already declined running on the same ticket with Atiku Abubakar in 2023. Zailani is behind in reasoning. No less. At least don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.